Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new Doctor Who video where today I'm discussing the latest in the series, it seems at the moment, of leaks, rumours, hints as to information about upcoming episodes of Doctor Who. So just quickly guys, before we get into the video properly, please hit that subscribe button for all the latest Doctor Who news, reviews, discussion, music, Doctor Who music stuff as well. I do so much different Doctor Who content, so if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and follow me on Twitter at EMS_Productions for latest updates on my videos, opinions on Doctor Who, general Doctor Who hot takes. It's kind of what it is all about. So yeah, check me out on there, but let's get straight into the video. So yes, as you can see from the title, there has been a leak, a rumour that a classic series companion is going to be returning for the Doctor Who Centenary special this October. Now, this is what has ultimately seemed to be the final leak from the infamous Reddit leaker TomeDef95, who, if you watch my video on Monday discussing where all these crazy rumours have been coming from, I kind of focused in on this Reddit user who has seemingly over the last sort of year or so been hinting at, leaking things, suggesting things that have ultimately often proven to be true. Now, it's significant because this user has deleted their account since last night. I think they said something about, apparently they messaged somebody saying they didn't like the attention, or maybe the BBC have got involved and shut them down, I don't know. But they have gone, but they did leave behind with them one last little hint as to a leak, a rumour for Doctor Who, which is of course the return of Ace. That is the character, the companion from the classic series, Sylvester McCoy's companion, of course, from the late 1980s, the final companion of the classic series, who is rumoured to be returning in the Centenary special. So yes, of course, this is only a rumour at this stage, and you know, it could be entirely false, but I have some confidence in it, given the record of this guy previously in terms of, you know, stuff that's turned out to be true with Doctor Who. And I would be absolutely fascinated. I think it would be a brilliant idea to bring back a character like Ace. You know, she's always seemed an obvious companion to kind of bring back to the main show, alongside Sarah Jane that we obviously got in the early years of New Who. And you know, it was so wonderful to have her in the spin-off show and in the main show and all of that. It was absolutely brilliant. But it always felt like Ace was very much a character who there was a lot more they could do with her. She was kind of, certainly on screen, you know, her story just kind of ended. Obviously with Survival, you know, they went off to have a cup of tea, and she was never seen again on screen. I guess Dimensions in Time, but that doesn't really, even if it's canon, I don't think it really counts in this situation. And obviously then the TV movie, she was gone and whatever. And yes, I know there's been stuff in Virgin New Adventures, there's been stuff in Big Finish and whatever, but for me, I feel like it'd be great to be able to pick up and continue her story on screen in some form, and maybe then take an Ace spin-off show into RTD2 or something. I know RTD's talked about, you know, wanting to do that kind of thing in the past. Maybe, don't know if it's an option, but if it is, I feel like, you know, maybe this could be a good moment to sort of introduce that and start going that way. Certainly it does feel like Chris Chibnall, with the Centenary special, he is throwing everything at it, like it's his last ever episode of Doctor Who. It's become fairly apparent, at least in more recent years, that he seems to be quite a fan of the 1980s Doctor Who series. You know, just little elements of his show. He's often liked to bring back stuff connected to the 80s, lots of appearances of the Master, the Tissue Compression Eliminator, just various different stuff that feels, you know, a bit 80s, I feel like. And so it doesn't surprise me maybe massively. I mean, it will be an amazing moment if we actually get to see Ace on screen. I'd be tremendously excited to see that. I think it'd be such a great moment because she's a great companion. But yeah, I don't think it's beyond the possibility in the realms of believability. I guess the biggest concern could be if it starts to become a little bit too much alongside everything else that we know is going on in this story. Obviously, you know, okay, spoiler alert, I know you're kind of watching this anyway, but just in case you don't want to hear other spoilers related to the Centenary special, it's the Master is in it, Unit are going to be in it with Kate Stewart. We know that much. Obviously, it's going to be the Doctor's Regeneration story, so that's another big aspect on top of that. Then you're chucking in a potential classic series companion coming back in the form of Ace. I don't know if that starts to get a little bit too much. I mean, also this guy a while back had given some hints and suggestions that all of the 1980s Doctors would be returning in this story. So Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy, and Colin Baker. I don't know why I did it in that order, but there we go. Those three Doctors would be in some form also returning for the Centenary special, but not necessarily playing their own characters. It was quite vague as to exactly what he was trying to imply and mean. And, you know, I'm not quite so sure about that particular rumour. But it does feel very plausible and possible that, you know, Ace really could come back in the Centenary special. And I think it could become a little bit too much in there, but so she might end up getting pushed to a sort of more cameo appearance, I guess, rather than, you know, a significant role within the episode. But even just getting a small role from Ace, I think would be so great to see. It was obviously a really nice little tease a couple of years ago when they had the trailer for the season 26 Blu-ray box set, where they sort of film in-character scenes, and we got to see Ace coming back on screen for the first time, Sophie Aldred playing the character again. This was in 2019 for the first time, you know, in 25 years, certainly on screen. So that was a really, really great moment, and just whetted the appetite of some fans. I know the same has been said for the recent season 22 trailer, and the idea of bringing back Perry as well, which I think would also be a brilliant idea. I think so many of these classic companions, sure, it could be a little bit fan servicey, I know, but I still feel like you could bring them back and tell some great stories with them. We saw it work so well with Sarah Jane, and yes, I know there isn't maybe another classic series companion that's quite like Sarah Jane in terms of just the audience's affinity towards them as a character, but I still feel like characters like Ace or Perry could really, almost get a new lease of life as characters and as a popular character within the fandom by having a newer appearance in the current show, and maybe Ace in the Centenary special will be that opportunity. But ultimately, time will tell, as it always does, as to whether this rumor turns out to be true. I'd imagine if it is going to happen that they'd announce it beforehand. I don't see something as significant as a classic companion returning being something that they're not going to promote before the episode airs. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like if it's going to happen, we'll know about it a little bit in advance, but I can't imagine it'll be until the last few weeks before it airs. So yeah, we're going to have to wait a little while, but hopefully we'll find out at some point in the future whether we could have Ace returning for the Centenary special. Are you excited by that prospect? Let me know in the comments below. Would you like to see her return to Doctor Who after a very, very long time? I personally think it'd be great, but let me in the comments below what your thoughts are on this. But apart from that, guys, that's about it for this video. Please hit that like button, that subscribe if you're new here, follow me on Twitter at EMS_Productions, and I'll be back again very soon for a brand new video. But until then, it's goodbye.